Our next stop finds us in Cape Wine Country, where the Standard Bank Chenin Blanc Top 10 Challenge is driving the growth of a definitive South African wine.
If you prefer the serenity of the countryside as opposed to the hustle and bustle of the city, then the Cape Winelands is just the place. I'm here on one of the oldest farms in the Cape to find out about the oldest and most widely planted grape varieties from Mr Chenin himself, Ken Forrester.
After a career in hotels and restaurants in Joburg, Ken and his wife Teresa bought this Stellenbosch farm, nurtured the old vines and restored the historic homestead.
Ken, your home is breathtaking. It's absolutely beautiful.
Roxy, thank you. You know, it's a privilege to be able to live in such a home filled with history. If only the walls could talk. We're talking about 350 years of history here.
Now, you renovated this home. How did you do that, making sure that you kept the original architecture and the Dutch heritage in there?
It was critical. The home had been neglected for 6 years, but it stood open to all the elements, and it's impossible to believe that somebody can own a piece of history like this and neglect it. It took us a year, multiple journeys up and down from Johannesburg. I think we drove 17 trips in a year. We had the clay tiles made in Wellington. The Historical Monuments Commission helped us in terms of what they needed, what they wanted. The house for me had to be a home, and I wanted for the architecture to almost be like the layers of an onion, that if you peeled them off, you could see the old underneath and the new might be on top of it.
Some of the vines on the farm are over 40 years old, and these are key to creating a vintage of real character and depth.
First things first, how do I pronounce Chenin Blanc? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
You've got it down. You've got it down. Chenin Blanc. You could be more French, but that would be too accented, perhaps.
Oui.
We could be Chenin Blanc.
I wanted to know, why are you known as Mr Chenin?
You know, I have no idea.
That's not a very good answer. I need to know why.
I saw it as a variety who'd never had a light shone on it properly, that needed support, that needed backup. And a number of us got together and started producing Chenins, new style, a South African style of Chenin. We own more Chenin Blanc in South Africa than the whole world put together. This is Chenin Blanc capital.
As chairman of the Chenin Association, it was very important for you to find a sponsor so that you guys could recognize the top Chenin masters in the country. Why is this challenge so important to you?
It's really about growing the category. I'm a complete believer in the rising tide raises all boats. And if we can find the top 10, behind that top 10, there's another 10 and another 10. It's not about one single winner. We're looking to champion the grape variety. And the prize goes back into the enterprise, back to the workers, so to speak. So that prize could be a new classroom, new creche. So the workforce starts to see the benefits of why we're all in this together.
The wine pairs well with a variety of dishes, so leading estates like Villiera and their winemaker Jeff Grier see a fantastic market for it.
How did you feel when you were told that you were part of the Standard Bank Chenin Blanc Top 10 Challenge?
We were immensely proud of the achievement. I think it's a reward for shining a light on Chenin over many years. We were particularly proud because the panel that made the selection was a very competent panel, including an overseas element.
There's many different winemaking techniques depending on the kind of wine that is desired. Tell me what went into making your particular Chenin Blanc.
We've decided to make it as our flagship white wine, and we've selected the best blocks of fruit. To add complexity, the wine was barrel fermented, and we also made it in two components, treating both components separately to ensure even more complexity. We always try to make the wine as naturally as possible, to let the fruit talk for itself, and at the same time our whole farming process is environmentally sustainable.
Cheers.
Cheers, Roxy.
For the inaugural Standard Bank Chenin Blanc Top 10 Challenge, 126 wines were entered. These are the best of the best.
Villy, I've picked the grapes, I've sampled the wine, but this is what I've been looking for.
Yes, absolutely, Roxy. We're very proud of this. The Standard Bank 2014 Chenin Blanc Challenge Top 10 Wines. Happy to show you.
These are the result of producers focusing on mature vines, pruning them to cut yields, picking the grapes riper, and fermenting and maturing them in oak for more intense flavor.
Standard Bank has had a long appreciation for the finer things in life, from music to art and its association with the wine industry. Why do you continue to support local wineries?
The wine industry plays a vital role in the Western Cape economy. It attracts tourists, it creates jobs across the value chain, and it's also a good earner of foreign revenue. So the Standard Bank partnership with the wine industry is so important because it creates a sustainable industry for the future.
How do the winners on this list benefit?
It creates the opportunity for Chenin Blanc producers and winemakers to benchmark their product. Standard Bank will make the winning wines available to our customers through wine tastings in collaboration with the Chenin Blanc Association, also custom events, customer functions, and in future also through our loyalty program.
Spreading the prize to help upliftment schemes on 10 different estates brings broader advantages to the industry.
How does this project benefit the community that actually make the wine?
The prize money of the top 10 winners goes to their local communities. They decide on a project, so the purpose of that is to really improve the environment in which the industry operates.
A world-leading South African industry, proudly supported by Standard Bank. Another perfect pairing.